Welcome back. I'm actually laughing. You know, I wanted to say welcome back to episode number 11, but it's supposed to be lady number 11 of Women in the Bible series that we're having. And I just thought about this lady and I laughed. Well, it's Lot's wife, right? Let's talk about Lot's wife. I wish I had tea here so that we talk about this lady because she's quite something, right? Lot's wife. Who was Lot's wife? Lot's wife was Lot's wife. This woman was so, I don't know, was she unworthy of her name being mentioned or something, because we get her husband's name but we don't get her name. I don't know why. She's Lot's wife. She's known as Lot's wife. That's how she's documented. And she was married to Abraham's cousin. Abraham is that man. Father Abraham has many sons. That's the guy. Abraham, the father of many nations, the father to, you know, the man who was married to Sarah. The cousin's wife is this lady, Lot's wife. Yeah, that's her. And they had 2 daughters with Lot. And this is the woman who looked back and turned to a pillar of salt. Why do I laugh at her? Like, why am I laughing at a woman who made a mistake and turned into a pillar of salt? Like a consequence that was so permanent. No, I shouldn't be laughing, literally. Okay, that's her. That's the woman who looked back. She was told not to look back and she looked back. That's her. And she turned into a pillar of salt. Okay, what was Lot's wife's virtue? What her best characteristic? And look, tell me if you knew this, like one of the awesome things, because every time we read about her, it's almost like there's nothing to learn from her. But I have actually 2 things that I think she did right. She followed her husband who was following Abraham. When your husband has someone who he admires, who he follows, then you follow them too. Like she didn't oppose, she said, like that. I think that's something. All right, she followed her husband who was following a great man. So that's a nice thing. Did I say she has 2 virtues? No, I only have 1 here. She followed a man that, yeah, that's it about Lot's wife really. But her downside, her characteristics, actually more than the ones that I write, that I written. If you know more, please state them, because look, we want to be fair and square and talk about these women, right? We want to learn. The downside about her character, she was stubborn. Like, you are told not to look back. You can see that it's going down, like in Sodom and Gomorrah, like stuff is happening. You can smell the fire, like brimstone coming from heaven, like messing everything. I bet she could hear people crying and stuff like, and you're told, look, don't mess up. You can see what happens to people that messed up, you can tell, and you're told don't do it, and you do it. She's stubborn. That's one thing. She lacked self-control. I'm also keen to believe that it's not that she was stubborn as well. Lack of self-control. Sometimes being that impulsive, she probably thought, I'll just look with the corner of my eye just for a split second and look. Yeah. And then also, like, I think she's double-minded. Like, if you're going somewhere, go. Like, why are you looking back? What are you still looking back at? You know your kids are with you, your husband is with you, you know the direction that you're going, you know God has said that you should leave. You know there was word that came, you know the man that your husband is following, who's the cousin, is a man of God. Abraham speaks to God. I mean, the wealth around you shows you that God is here. God is in control. Like, God is the one whose hand is upon Abraham. And they have to, like, why? Why would you be so double-minded? Like, you know what? You have it all. Your husband has wealth. He's hanging around the cousin who's wealthy. Like, what else you want? Looking back at people who are full of sin. Like, no. Lack of gratitude too. That's number 4. And then reflection question, that something that I want us to maybe talk about Lot's wife is where's the question? Okay, where's your focus? All right, I know this is like a story and it sounds figurative, like someone had to go there and they looked back, but the question is, where is your focus? Like, in your career, do you have a focus? Like, this is where I'm gonna grow in my career. In your family, like, do you have a focus? Financially, do you have focus? With your health, do you have a focus? With your Christian walk, do you have, like, where are you looking? Like, where are you facing? Where are you going? Like, do you have that focus right there? And the other question is, what is the one thing in your life that requires self-control? Because this lady messed up her life. Like, her kids had to leave without a mom because she lacked self-control. So this is a serious thing for us as ladies. I think, like, what is the one area of your life that you like, God, please help me? I don't want to turn into a pillar of salt in this area of my life. Like, What do you lack self-control in? Is it finances? Is it food? Is it emotional control? What is it exactly? Like, can you jot it down in your journal? What at this present moment requires the grace of God, his angels, the Holy Spirit, and just the prayers of the saints, so we can hold our hands together and say, God, we need self-control in this regard. It's important that we should know it, right? Please plug it down. If you're okay, please answer it down. Like, what area of your life requires self-control? I know the area of my life that requires self-control. Let me see. Vulnerable moment. What requires self-control? Current moment. Okay. Do I want to say it? What requires okay, this requires self-control. What I'm eating. I have a very disciplined diet, but child, when the time of the month comes, suddenly Her Majesty is onto some stuff that is just not part of what she's supposed to eat. Like, I'll be having cake, I'll be nibbling on chocolates, like no matter what time of the day it is, like I want more sugar. Like, I don't know, ladies, do you go through that? Like, what I eat, my diet, like what I take in, even when I'm in that time of the month, like I feel like that requires some level of self-control, because having to also heal from that and get back, like, nah, just let me know, what is it in your life right now that requires urgent self-control? Are you even aware of it? What should you do? Actually, if you write it, us ladies here in this, we'll try to help each other to come up with strategies, right? So that we don't turn into that pile of salt like Lot's wife. Until the next episode, goodbye.